Okay, hi, welcome to LongBox Comics. I'm Randomman, and this is DC Man, and this is Confusing Man. And as you can see, Marvel Girl's not here. Unfortunately, she's fighting the super evil, contagious cold man in her bed or something. Okay, I know that sounded weird, but okay, let's bring it on. And we're here to talk about Marvel adaptations in media. Last week we did Batman, and there's not going to be any reference to Batman ever again on this show until I think it's going to be cool, like Earth 1 or something. Say hello to the crowd, Spidey. I'm Spider-Man. Okay, we're gonna start off in the 60s because there was barely anything before 60s from Marvel because they were having financial troubles and shit, and they were reinventing themselves. They were like Atlas Comics or something before, and it was only in 62 they became Marvel, so there was nothing before then. So the first cartoon was called the Marvel Action Block Hour or something, and it had Captain America, Hulk, and 4 cartoons. And from what I've seen, they're fucking horrible. They are just basically images from the comics turned into cells and traced over and turned into a cartoon with very little movements because of friggin' budget problems. Have you seen the 60s shows, Justin?
Yep.
What do you think of them?
They're awesome.
How so?
I like the animation.
No. Okay. You, John?
Of the 3 you mentioned, the Thor, Captain America, and Hulk, I've only seen Hulk, and I remember liking it as a kid, but I watched it again a few years ago, and I didn't care for it. It was pretty bad.
I've also only seen the Hulk one. That's the only one they played on Teletoon. It was like around 9 p.m.
I don't know if you're allowed to say that.
What, you don't want me to back mouth Teletoon?
No, I don't want you to mention Teletoon, because, like, they might get offended that we mentioned them. I would.
Okay, whatever. So, yeah, I only seen the Hulk one, and I tried watching it again, and guess what? I fell asleep. I was super bored. It was so awful. So
but that opening theme was pretty. It was something.
It sounded like Olive Oil was singing it, or Betty Boop.
It might have been too.
It might have been.
I have no idea.
And the sad thing is, the show was animated in Ottawa by a company called Grant Ray Lawrence. And their last show before we closed down was the 60s Spiderman Cartoon. It literally random bankrupt, and they went out of business. So much for that budget.
Yeah, of course, 60s Spider-Man, like, the best and easily the worst, but best, worst, whatever thing about it is, of course, everyone remembers the repeated animations. All it was the same, like, 3 different Spider-Man animations throughout the entire series.
Doing a loop-de-loop on the pole and swinging across the sky in this super close-up shot. That was basically all the shots in the friggin' show.
Reused for, like, 60 episodes. I don't know how long it was.
But. One thing that got me pissed off about it was that only his face, his gloves, and his mask, and his feet, had webs on them. The rest of it was completely red. So they had to cut the budget somewhere.
No shit.
Justin, what are your thoughts on the 60s Spider-Man cartoon?
Just said I loved it.
Well, we were talking about, like, the block hour or whatever one, and then now
Spider-Man's a completely different show.
But that's okay. There's no shame.
You've gone over my head.
That's okay. There's no shame in that.
Yeah.
Okay.
The first season of the show was all the Spider-Man villains from the comics. And then some guy called Ralph Bakshi, he did Fritz the Cat.
Ralph Bakshi?
Yeah, he did Fritz the Cat. This was his first time doing a TV show, and he took over the show. And he completely removed all the villains from the comics and replaced them with, like, monsters and mutants and, like, octopus fangs and completely original villains that sucked.
It's Ralph Bakshi. It's gonna suck.
Yes.
I'm sorry if you love Ralph Bakshi. I'm sorry, audience, if any of you like Ralph Bakshi.
Let's face it, the only good thing he did was Fritz the Cat, and oh yeah, Cool World sucked. I've seen it; it sucked. And the video game too.
Then there's Wizards, but that, you know what, we could easily have an episode about fucking Ralph Bakshi, but let's not. Let's move on.
Let's move on to the 1960s and the 1970s Fantastic Four cartoons. I'm putting them both together because they both suck.
Yeah, I know for a fact I've seen the 60s one. I don't know if I've seen the 70s one.
70s one is the one of a robot instead of Human Torch, because we were doing a Human Torch movie at the time, and NBC came up with the stupidest excuse in the world why he's not in there, because they thought that kids would attempt to burn themselves trying to be Human Torch.
Yeah, I've never seen this. I'm confirming right now I've never seen the 70s one.
I know there was an episode where Mr. Fantastic was tricking Magneto with a wooden gun that was made to look like a metallic gun. He's like, oh no, I can't control the gun. I'm losing my powers. No, because I tricked you with a wooden gun, you bitch.
Fantastic Four, your thoughts, Justin?
Just gonna say, kids burning themselves alive in a robot sounds pretty cool to me. So I say I like it. I've never seen it, but it sounds good.
Okay, at the same time that the 70s Fantastic Four was showing, they also made a Spider-Woman show.
I've never seen it.
I've only seen one episode and it was pretty horrible, but the animation was pretty good because it was done by the studio who did the Pink Panther cartoons at the time. Next we have the live action shows of the 70s. We're gonna start off with the American Spider-Man live action show.
I've never seen the American one.
Never seen it either.
You see the American live action Spider-Man show from the 70s? Okay,
we're
skipping
moving on.
straight to the Japanese one.
Spider-Man. 70s Spider-Man show from Toei. They are mostly known for anime, but in the 70s they were doing what are called Sentai shows. They're basically a category for superhero Japanese live action shows like Power Rangers.
And it was amazing. The live action 70s Spider-Man is like, I don't know if I can classify it as properly good, but I enjoyed the fuck out of it.
So it's something that's decent that you really enjoyed.
I liked it. I
like the Spider-Man Megazord.
Is that the mech thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
I just call it the Spider-Man Megazord.
Yeah.
Let's see. We're moving on to the 80s.
80s. What happened in the 80s?
Holy shit, we're moving fast.
What happened in the 80s, man?
Okay, the first cartoon is the Spider-Man cartoons. First one is Spider-Man and his amazing friends with Iceman and Firestar.
Have not seen that. I've still so much I haven't seen on this planet.
I've seen it, and it mystifies me that the voice of Fred from Scooby-Doo does his exact same voice for Iceman. And there was a never mind, that's the next show, sorry. There was the other 80s Spider-Man show I was playing where he got shrunken, then he had to fight a cat and jump on a typewriter and shit.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. Have you seen any of the 80s cartoons?
Nope.
They're on Netflix.
Wow.
I'll watch them up.
Wow.
Yeah, we gotta check some of this out.
There is nothing from the 60s and the 80s that we've barely watched. This is sad.
Yeah. Well,
Even though I'm a big Spider-Man fan, I still don't want to watch the early shit.
because it's shit.
Shit. Okay, the last thing from the 80s where we forgot to talk about the live-action Hulk series.
Oh, the live action. Oh my god, I love that show.
Lou Ferrigno's in it.
Oh,
Yes.
I love that show.
And the piano
I've seen
theme.
every episode.
Oh, my God.
Oh, I've seen every episode.
I've only seen the stupid directed TV movies with Thor and Daredevil.
I've seen those too. They're amazing. I love
There was
them.
like the death of the Incredible Hulk and then the resurrection of the Incredible Hulk.
Yep, and the trial of the Incredible Hulk. I believe that was with Daredevil.
Yes.
Oh my god. Those are such good
And
movies.
The actor who did David Banner. Yes, they changed the name to David Banner instead of Bruce Banner because they thought Bruce was a gay name.
Yeah, I remember that. That was weird, but I never really looked into why. Really? That's the reason?
That's the reason. It was the 70s.
Oh, whatever.
So,
Bruce, Roscoe. These are two names synonymous with homosexuality.
wow. So yeah, David Banner, ladies and gentlemen. Okay.
Whatever.
Okay, back to 1989. We've got Pride of the X-Men, which was the long forgotten pilot that was never picked up, and then we did another pilot and that one got picked up. It featured an Australian actor, Wolverine.
Yeah, I've never seen it. You
I-
see the Pride of X-Men cartoon short from the 80s?
No.
No.
I'm the only one that's seen it on YouTube.
This guy.
And the animation was pretty simple. The only thing I remember from it was Wolverine having an Australian accent, even though he's fucking Canadian. It's like, crockies, I'm a big old Wolverine, mate. Look at me shiny claws.
I mean to check it out. Like a lot of this shit that we're talking about. I mean to check it out.
Yes. And now we're entering the decade that we actually started watching the shit in, the 90s. And we're gonna start off with the 90s X-Men series.
Which is the best.
Yes, it's the best X-Men series in my
It's the
opinion.
best X-Men series and the best Marvel series. Admit it. Admit it.
Okay.
It's now recording.
And we're back.
Okay, so yeah, X-Men is badass. Don't forget that. So, but
The only thing I hated from the show was Jubilee. She basically felt like a useless character to me.
Jubilee did the most, I would say, in that
Yeah.
show.
She was basically the character that the audience was supposed to be putting themselves in.
Yeah.
She was like the rookie or something.
Yeah, like
Someone
the first
had a birthday
season.
party. Jubilee. Fireworks.
In the comics, she got turned into a vampire.
That doesn't sound.
I've
like a
never
birthday
read
thing.
too much of the comics of the
Yeah,
of the
it
X-Men
was
comics.
it was like a 2008 thing, and they made her into a vampire or something.
2008. Then I definitely didn't see it.
Yeah, I wasn't reading Marvel in the 2008. I was reading Archie, Sonic, and shit because I didn't have that much of a budget.
Yeah.
So I only and I didn't go to comic book stores until like 2009.
Oh yeah, no, I've seen that X-Men series, the whole thing, just like 4 times now.
The animation's
I love
good.
it.
And Disney did a good job releasing it on DVD for fucking once.
Yeah, except for the last few episodes, because like the last like 4 episodes, it was like I guess last 6 or so episodes were like, okay guys, it's ending. Let's just cut the budget into like a quarter of what it was, and like fire all the good voice actors, and now what's his name? Totally awesome guy, Cajun guy.
I have no idea.
Gambit, yes, fuck yeah, Gambit. Anyways, like his voice actor changed, but just in the last 6 episodes. For the last 6 episodes, you couldn't. It was awful. It was.
I kind of like the idea of Rogue having a southern accent.
Rogue was great in the show.
Did we have Kitty Pryde ever in the show?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I think she was only there for like 2 episodes. I know Deadpool made a quick cameo as a transformation for one of the villains.
Yes. Yep.
I don't remember any of the episodes of the X-Men show, but I do remember there was one that was horrible that was on Christmas or something. From what I've seen online on top 10 worst cartoon episodes ever, and
Yeah, I think so.
It's in there.
I think there was one. Yeah. One I liked. I forget what story it was related to, but like I guess it was like a worldwide pandemic or something, and like they were showing all like glimpses of what all the other superheroes were doing, like the Avengers, and like you see Spider-Man's web, like just for like a small moment, and they're talking about all the other superheroes, and it was a cool moment.
Yeah.
For sure, a cool nerd moment in the show.
The show was done by Saban, who did all the shows for Fox Kids at the time.
Yeah.
And when Saban was bought by Disney, they got the rights to the TV shows like 10 years before they bought Marvel.
90s X-Men show, your thoughts?
Cool theme song.
That's it.
I got him going.
Did you play any of the X-Men games? of the 90s? Sega Genesis? and
Yeah,
shit?
yeah, I did. I had fun with those.
Yeah, even the ones that sucked.
Yeah. In fact, I remember liking them just because they were X-Men.
Oh my god. Oh, X-Men on NES. Oh my god.
I don't think I played the NES one.
Yeah, the NES ones are the worst. But there was one in the Genesis where there was a point where you couldn't continue the game without restarting your system. And if you had the later Genesis without a restart button, you're fucked.
I don't remember that.
I don't know. I only saw it from Angry Video Game Nerd or something.
So, next subject.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, 90s Spider-Man cartoon. Also ridiculously good.
Yes. It's easily my second best Marvel series. Who wants to go first?
So 90s Batman cartoon.
Shut up. We aren't talking about that. I mean, it's my favorite.
Batman is
It's my favorite
banned
cartoon
from
of the
this
90s,
episode
but like we aren't allowed to talk about
That was the best 90s
because
cartoon.
I spent a
was.
week
That on record.
editing the episodes.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
I don't
Anyways,
ever want to talk about Batman ever
Okay.
again.
Just saying.
Yeah.
So yeah, 90s Spider-Man. This is the first DVD of the 90s show ever released for the movie.
They should release the whole series. They really should. It's
You
it's
listening,
a great
Disney?
show.
You freaking listening? You released the entire 60s show, but now it's impossible to find because it's $300.
Really?
Yeah,
life.
because they released it in 2002, and there was like 1,000 copies made.
Oh, really? There were only that many copies. Wow. Because I remember seeing it around when it came out.
It was around, and it just wasn't there anymore.
Oh.
I think it went for like $80 when it came out.
Wait, why am I frowning? I don't like that show. Yay!
We only
Never have to deal with it.
We only want it because it's a collector's edition.
We're nerds.
Yes, we are super nerds.
We're nerds.
Okay, one thing I hate about these DVDs is that there's only like 5 episodes in them.
Yeah.
And on the bonus features, it says cool animated menus.
Cool animated menus. Oh my god.
And it
That's like groundbreaking.
And it contains one of the Ralph Bakshi episodes of the 60s show.
Yep.
Having to deal with the origin with introduction by Stan Lee. And featuring the original theme song. So, one thing I like about the 90s show was the villains and the voice cast of the villains. The
villains were great.
Hank Azaria was Venom,
Yep.
and I liked it. I think, in my opinion, the voice of Spider-Man in the 90s show is the best voice of Spider-Man ever.
Yeah, actually, that is like the standard for Spider-Man voices because I've seen like little. Excuse me. And anyways, I've seen like bits of the other cartoon shows, and I watched a bit of Spectacular, and it's weird when it's not that voice.
Yeah.
To me, anyways. Yeah.
He was only good in Shared Dimensions.
Which I haven't played yet.
It's a video game.
Everyone tells me I have to play that. I haven't played it.
It is. It's the best Spider-Man game ever.
Better than Spider-Man 2? Because nothing's better than Spider-Man
Almost
2.
a little bit.
Almost a little bit. Oh, okay.
It's in the same league.
All right. I'll take
And the one based on the 2012 movie is like 3rd place.
that. I hear that one's really good too. Yeah, I haven't played it though.
Okay, what do you want to say about the 90s show? Me, it's Dr. Octopus's outfit was really awesome.
I liked well, the animation was terrific, of course. 90s, a lot of good. Most of these shows in the 90s had amazing animation. I love the villains. They really capitalized on the villains in that show.
Mm-hmm.
They're all memorable.
Yeah.
Like that one guy who did stuff. I mean, like, we had Doc Ock and Kingpin and all that. And,
Kingpin's voice actor. Oh my God, may you rest in peace.
I still like really remember them, and they're great.
I think
the villains were the best part.
The worst
for me.
villain I've seen on the show was the Spot. That's about it.
The Spot. I remember vaguely, somewhat remember the Spot.
It's like, ooh, I can make holes and shit and teleport in them. It's like real fantastic. At least it's not as worse as Condiment Man.
Condiment Man?
Yeah, it's from the 90s version of the hero that'll not be fucking mentioned.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, it's bad. I mentioned it on the last week's episode.
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
Okay, Justin, what are your thoughts on the 90s show?
It's pretty good.
Well, you really don't have any opinions today.
I'm boning up on Spider-Man.
Yes, this is gonna be easily the worst episode ever.
I wouldn't say that. There's probably going to be just some awful episodes in the future. But, you know, for the time being...
We're only starting. Okay.
We're young and stupid.
Okay. 90s Fantastic Four show is up. Why are you laughing like that, John?
Man, that opening theme says it all. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Viewers out there, pause this and watch the opening theme to the original Fantastic Four. Season 1. Okay, that explains everything.
It's like
right there.
It's like the Captain Planet intro, only worse.
Don't even describe it to them. Let them figure out for themselves how amazing this is.
Okay.
Just
So pause the video. We won't mind waiting because we'll be paused.
we'll be here.
Yes.
Okay, back on.
Okay. And then after the amazing Fantastic Four show, I've only seen it once on Disney XD at 3 a.m. in the morning. I was so fucking tired. I was laughing at everything. And the next thing that'll pop up is the 90s Iron Man show.
Season 1 of that
Was awful.
What happened there? What was that?
The suit was fucking awful.
The suit, and then of course there's the 3D animation, the weird, awkward, which I'm sure was mind-blowing at the time. I remember.
Same thing with the 90s Spider-Man show with the CG backgrounds.
Yeah, but this was way more noticeable than that in the Iron Man show. Like, it actually switched to 3D animation out of nowhere, weird early 90s shitty 3D animation, and it was hilarious. Like, you'll burst out laughing. It's funny, but like I said though, at the time it was pretty mind-blowing, I guess.
Yes. But I forgot one thing to mention about the 90s Spider-Man show, the stupid censor rules that Fox Kids gave to the producers. The rules included no guns. Well, there was guns, but they couldn't be bullets. It had to be lasers. And there was the rule that every time Spider-Man landed on the roof, he could not harm any pigeons. And another one would be vampires can't suck out blood with their fangs. They have to have little suction cups on their hands, and they have to call blood plasma.
That's actually even more disturbing to me for some reason.
Yes, because it leaves 5 permanent marks on your neck instead of just 2. It would leave like 6.
I'm freaked out. I'm creeped out just hearing this. What the
There was an episode with Morbius the vampire.
That would
and
mean that
Blade.
like vampires can take your blood by touching you. I mean, like,
Yes.
you know what, at least like when they're trying to bite the shit out of you, you know, there's at least that bit there. Meanwhile, you could just shake a vampire's hand and it's like, oh, damn it.
Damn. Yeah, that is freaky.
Anyways, Iron Man.
Yeah, Iron Man. I only saw one episode. That was a bonus feature on one of the Spider-Man videotapes I had as a kid.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was a season 2 episode.
Yes.
Season 2 was amazing.
Season 2 intro was amazing.
See, the intro is amazing.
Like,
I am Iron Man. It was perfect. Season 2 was great. Season 1 wasn't. Season 1
and
had its
Disney
problems.
released the entire Iron Man series perfectly.
Yeah, it was a great set.
It's still available. It's like $10 at Walmart.
Oh yeah, that was a great investment. I bought it when it was like $40, but
It was perfect.
It's worth it, man.
Because Disney's really good for Marvel shows now, but it's because they sub-licensed the 90s Spider-Man show to another company that they can't release the whole series now. It's stupid Vivendi Universal or whatever the fuck their name is.
Okay, just as long as they don't kill us for saying this.
Yes. And the next show is the 90s Hulk show.
The 90s Hulk show was weird. Like,
Yes.
it was good. It was well made.
It had Lou Ferrigno.
And here's the thing, and it's in a way it's kind of like the opposite of Spider-Man because I don't remember the villains at all.
I just remember the one with the pickle head.
That's the only one anyone remembers, and they
The
don't
leader.
remember their name. I don't remember that.
I think it's
dude's
always the
name.
leader.
Really?
Yeah, that's his name, the leader.
I just think of him as dude with pickle head.
I have a book like the one Justin is holding, but with Hulk, and his name is the leader.
Like, don't get me wrong, it wasn't a bad show. It was good. It had good animation.
The second season sucked because they had to introduce She-Hulk in there.
I actually didn't mind She-Hulk. I know people are gonna hate me for saying that, but I didn't mind She-Hulk in that show. But then again, it's been like so many. It's been like 15 years since I've seen it, so my opinion could be completely different.
I've seen it on UPN.
UPN. Oh, I remember
when we had UPN.
When UPN existed.
Because that's when it premiered with that awful Jumanji cartoon.
That wasn't good.
No. Yes. Unfortunately,
we're not talking about Jumanji though now.
Unfortunately, the next 3 cartoons suck because they only had a year left of the contract, and Saban just basically rushed out 3 cartoons.
And what are they, friend?
The first one is Silver Surfer.
Silver Surfer. I don't know if I ever watched that.
It's on Netflix.
If I did, I don't remember it.
I've seen a little bit of it. There was a lot more CG backgrounds, and that's what caused them to shut down after 1 season. The budget was way overpriced because of the stupid CG backgrounds.
Well, it's only like 9 episodes or whatever, right?
I think it's like 13, 14.
Really? I thought it was less than that. Whatever. I should check it out then. If it's
it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
The next one is Next Avengers.
Next Avengers, that's the shitty one, right?
Yes, it's the one with Ant-Man, Wasp, Hawkeye, and another hero with stupid armor.
Don't get me wrong. I like Ant-Man. I like Hawkeye. I don't like this show. Or at least I didn't when it started. Like, maybe if I might have a different point of view now because it's been so long, but when it was on, I did not care for it.
No, I never seen it. That one lasted like 10 episodes. Iron Man was in 1 episode. Captain America was one episode, and 4 was in the intro for 4 seconds. That's
the intro, not even the actual show, just
the fucking intro. The fucking intro.
The opening song. It's like
he's not even in the. He just pops up on the logo, and that's that. He's like, "Oh, I'm here for my paycheck. I'm only here for 4 seconds."
Yes, if only cartoon characters got the same kind of paychecks. By the way, if there are any little kids watching, which by the way there fucking shouldn't be, they do collect paychecks because they're real.
Yes.
So believe in superheroes and cartoons and stuff.
Yes, I'm here to I'm here to collect my paycheck, even if I'm a fucking doll.
Yeah, but seriously, don't let kids watch this.
Yes.
What is wrong with you?
You parents out there disappoint me if you do.
So, Hulk cartoon and these cartoons and stuff. Your thoughts?
It's the 60s Hulk?
No, 90s.
Never seen it.
Okay.
Okay, the last 90s Marvel cartoon is Spider-Man Unlimited. That one only lasted 13 episodes. It was weird as fuck.
I didn't watch that one. I saw an ad for it. I was like, what?
It's basically...
I never watched it, though.
Spider-Man hitches a ride on a rocket with Venom and Carnage. They end up in another planet where animal-human hybrids rule the world, and humans are considered cockroaches.
Yeah, I only saw the ads for that. I was like, that's not for me.
The intro was good. That's about it. The only thing I can say if that's good about the show is the opening song. It reminded me a lot of whatever his name is, Beyond.
Oh, yeah. Which is also an awesome show that we will not name.
Yes. I gotta love self-censoring.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're going into 2000s, and this is where I own most of the shit on table that I haven't shown yet.
Obviously.
Okay, the first cartoon is X-Men Evolution.
X-Men Evolution, that was weird. I didn't care for that. I saw
Wolverine in an orange suit. That pisses me off.
I saw most of that show, and I didn't care for it.
No, to be honest, no. It's like I've seen a lot of people that love this show, but to be honest, I watched it a lot. I just don't remember anything. I just remember that Wolverine had an orange and black suit for some fucking reason.
Yeah, I was all like, I just didn't care for the whole like it's X-Men, but they're in college. Like I don't know, I couldn't get into that.
No, just no. Okay, there's no more cartoons. We're gonna step into the.
Wait, there's no more cartoons?
Oh well, not chronologically right now.
Okay.
We're going into the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies right now.
Sam Raimi.
Sorry.
Raimi.
I have disappointed.
It's like Rayman. It's like Rayman only with me. So Ray-Me.
Rayman me. Okay. So first, can you grab the 2 ones?
We have a full screen copy and a widescreen copy.
I was supposed to bring Spider-Man 2, but the problem is the covers look the fucking same. Look, it's the same back cover with the kiss. So yeah, first Spider-Man movie. I gotta say, I was in love with this movie when it came out. It was probably the best comic book movie I've ever seen in my life. It was the first comic book movie I've ever seen in my life.
When that came out, like it wasn't the best comic movie. It was the best movie ever because we were children, and it was awesome.
It was the most successful one ever. I gotta love the overacting of William Dafoe as Green Goblin.
Oh, Willem Dafoe is always awesome. Like even in bad movies, he's awesome.
It's like he's just chilling, talking to a toxicated Spider-Man about switching sides. Like, you know, all those people that have given you respect, Spider-Man. One day they'll want to see you die because they get bored of heroes. They just want to see the hero fall.
It was stupid, but it was amazing. It was very comic booky, and that's what everyone liked about the Spider-Man movies. That's what I liked about it.
It continued. He continued to talk. It was like, you know what? They want us to fight again and again and again until we're both dead. And he's like, think about it, hero.
And that is the best thing about it because it's the overacting. Like you don't want. It was the type of movie it was. Like it didn't take that kind of thing too seriously. Because if you really think about it, like all of Willem Dafoe's monologues and shit in that movie are stupid. Yes. They are terrible and stupid. But as in terms of the way they do the movie, the whole comic book style and everything, it just works and has the brilliance of it.
Who's your favorite actor in the movie other than William Dafoe? Me, it's Tobey Maguire. I liked his Spider-Man, and my worst is Kristen Dunst as Mary Jane Watson because her screams are fucking annoying. She gets kidnapped all over the fucking place in the movie.
I like James Franco a lot.
Oh yes, Spider-Man's gonna pay.
I like James Franco. He's good in that movie too.
Who else? Uncle Ben. The guy who played Uncle Ben was the best Uncle Ben ever.
Best actor in that movie was Macho Man Randy Savage.
Who's tough enough to face me? You bug boy!
Oh, you don't know, the best actor in all three Spider-Man movies actually was
Bruce Campbell.
Bruce Campbell.
Oh yes, he played 3 different characters. He was the wrestling announcer in the first movie.
He was
the
usher in the second movie.
Usher in the second movie, and the French waiter in the third movie.
And it was awesome in all of them because it's Bruce Campbell.
Yes. And I'm sorry for breaking the subject again, but the best part about Bruce Campbell was he was the tutorial voice in the Spider-Man movie games, and he was so funny in those.
Yeah, he was perfect in those.
Oh,